Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? It's me. How you doing? Figured I'd start one of these things. It's the month of horror. I'm not gonna be posting a review every day like some people are doing, like Cinemassacre, around 1988, or anything like that. I'm just gonna be posting a review every once in a while, even though I mainly review horror movies. But this month is gonna be just strict horror movies, and they're not gonna be in any kind of order or anything. They're just gonna be like horror movies. Now, what do I have for you today? Nope. Shoot, you probably saw that. Nope. Nope. It's The Last House on the Left. The original. Unrated. Um, I really like this movie. The plot is it's about these two girls who plan on going to this one concert, like I think it's a Woodstock kind of thing. Um, and they try and score some weed, or as they call it, grass, I think they called it, from this one guy. And there are these like rapists on the run, and the guy happens to be with the rapists. So he brings them up into their room, and she finds out that they're the rapists that are on the run. So then they wind up kidnapping the two girls. Um, Man, I shouldn't do reviews. I'm tired. Sorry. They wind up kidnapping the two girls. They rape the one, but the lead girl they don't rape yet. So then they kidnap them. Their parents start freaking out. The parents of the girl start freaking out because she hasn't come home yet. So they call the police and they say it'll be fine. She'll be back later. And the police in this movie are pretty funny. And the music in this movie is funny too. It's like so unfitting that it makes you laugh at times. Now, this movie is how I saw it when I was watching it, more or less one like a gang of violence kind of movie. Let Not as much as a horror movie. The real horror stuff doesn't take place until near the end. Like, gang violence is pretty horrifying, but it's pretty much like a gang violence kind of movie than a straight horror movie. Like, it's like From Dusk Till Dawn, how it starts out in gang violence, then it goes to, excuse me, and then it goes to the horror violence near the end. So they go into these woods, and of course the woods are conveniently right across the street from the main girl's house, and the house doesn't look anything like that from what I saw. I don't get why they put that house there. But then again, they don't really show the full house, and that never happened. Anyways, this movie is pretty good. The rape scenes, like the one part that really grossed me out about the rape scene was like when like ate the chosen one. You know what I'm talking about with that. Well, all of you, if you saw this, then you know what I'm talking about. What I like about this movie is they really made the rapists look like tough, not like in the remake, which I just saw recently. They made the rapists look kind of like wimps, pretty much, which bothered me. They looked like kind of like scene kind of kids in a way. And doesn't that bother you? Why can't they just make them look like rough and rigid and kind of like actually look like you should be scared of them? I don't know. I thought the remake was decent, but I don't know. Like, it was pretty much just a brutal movie. This movie's kind of brutal, but it's kind of not at the same time. Like, I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre more than this, even though that's kind of a bad comparison to draw it to. But this like I heard was one of the inspirations to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I could see where they kind of could get that from. I'm not entirely sure that that's true, but so don't quote me on that. Anyways, this is a pretty good one. It's a fun watch. I enjoyed watching it. I'm glad I bought it. I remember watching it a while back. It was on TV at one point, so they cut a lot of stuff out. But then again, this didn't really. This isn't really much different. They pretty much just cut out the nudity because it was for the TV. Anyways, this is a good one to pick up. But like I said, really much of the horror stuff doesn't really take place until near the end of the movie. It's definitely worth a watch. It's definitely worth picking up someday. But if you depends on what your tastes are. If you're expecting like a full-on brutal kind of horror movie, then just rent it, and then if you like it, buy it. But if you want just a good horror movie, like when I finished watching this, I'm just like, that was a good movie. I really enjoyed this movie. I highly recommend it for all fans of horror, and movies and people who like gang kind of movies also, because it kind of has that element in there. Some people might like yell at me for saying that, but I kind of found it in there. I don't know why. It's a good one. Definitely pick this up. And that mom scene with one of the rapists when they were by the lake, doesn't that make all you guys cringe? You know what I'm talking about, right? Anyways, later.